Or attending chess camps or chess boxing camps like the ones that you do.
Ooh, this is a big fight.
Entering the ring, an incredible fighter from France, a multi-time IFC main eventer. Jules is coming to the chessboard against another very talented fighter, Dogukan from Turkey. This is one of the matchups I was most excited about when I looked at the lineup today. Both of these fighters are fairly evenly matched in boxing. Probably a slight ELO advantage to Jules in the chess. And you've actually fought Jules. What was it like going up against this French powerhouse?
Well, Jules, everything's in the approach. Like, he's not going to back down. His cardio's top notch. Okay, so this is regular. This is a Sicilian. It's on this closed variation. He's using something a little bit offbeat to go towards the queen side and just confuse Dogu.
It looks like a Najdorf just a little earlier with his A and B pawns.
Yeah. It is possible. It's not really mainstream, but I think that this is exactly what Jules does. And he told me, because we've been chatting, and he said, I'm going back to the traditional, of boxing, of chess, and not just thinking about chess boxing, but really trying to get to grips with my roots, which were actually in chess.
And love to hear that. The evolution of Jules as a chess boxer, a very young fighter, has been amazing to watch. And main events in the IFC as he's come up. And across the board from him is another IFC main event fighter. Dogukan from Turkey also has an incredible story and an incredible rise in the chess boxing world. He's one of the only fighters to fight in every promotion that we have in chess boxing. He's fought in Russia, he's fought in India, he's fought in Turkey, he's now fighting here in Italy. He's already been in the IFC events based in France, like we said. And his story growing up is incredible. He grew up in a very hard neighborhood in Istanbul, and he had a deformity in his left hand that made kids pick on him. His muscles didn't grow and his arm didn't fully develop. So he had to learn how to defend himself because he was getting bullied. And it brought him to a boxing gym where he started training as a youth boxer and ended up making the Turkish national team in boxing. Amazing. And he turned this thing that was a burden and a deformity into one of his best tools because his left hand is smaller but also quicker than his right hand. So just like a king crab has a big claw and a little claw, Dogukan has a very quick lead hand and a very interesting style to watch because of how his body is built and how his development through his life has come about. So cannot wait to watch these two fighters go at it in the boxing ring. And I'd be remiss not to say that I think Dogukan is using time as a resource to try to take it to Jules in the ring. This is a clear advantage for Jules on the board. Maybe not in this position yet, but just an experience in chess. So I know Dogukan wants to maximize his time in the ring and try to get at least 2 rounds.
Well, his definitely adapting very well to chess because obviously a few years ago he wasn't as strong as what he's showing now. Maybe he was taking a lot of time, but at the same time there were no big mistakes made. It's still very clean, and I think that's just what he doesn't want to lose the game in such a manner. He does have to speed up a little bit at some point if you want to get some extra rounds. That's just the format, though.
That's right. And Dogukan, when he first entered the chess boxing world in the first Turkish World Championship in 2019, he was around an 11 or 1200 level player. And he has ascended to close to 18 and 1900. So he has improved an incredible amount in these 4 years. And it shows, his preparation shows. I think he has a good strategy coming into this, using his time to help ensure that he's going to get multiple boxing rounds. And his sweatshirt is coming off. His gloves are coming on, and we're about to see a clash of 2 chess boxing titans, 2 people that will be in our history books. We are in for a treat, chess boxing viewers.
I've actually got a little bit of the butterflies.
Me too. Yeah, this is this might be. We had the French Federation president Guillaume come over and mouth to us that this is the real main event, and I think a strong argument could be made for that. This is a crowd pleaser, and we are just seconds out from this first boxing round getting started.
It's just the fact, you know, maybe one day I will fight Dogukan. I have already fought Jules, and just to be able to identify that I could actually be one of those fighters right now, getting in the ring, and it's just like almost like getting that stress, that pre-fight stress, you know.
Yeah, there's a little bit of jealousy always when sitting in this commentary booth, because we both love competition, love chess boxing, would love to be in there with these guys. But we have mics in our hands, they have gloves on theirs, and the first bell is rung. We are underway. Jules being the more aggressive fighter so far. This is Dogukan's style, though. He's one of those fighters that downloads his opponent, keeps his guard high, lets his opponent kind of set the pace at the beginning, and then once he gets his data, once he understands his opponent, he starts to open up a little bit more, like he is now. Big right hand to the body lands for Dogu, the first significant strike of the round.
Jules has told me, though, that he does want to be more in a boxing style rather than a purely aggressive style. He said that he wants to, you know, be faithful to the tradition rather than just knock the guy's head off. So against Dogu, obviously, he's going to have to.
I already see a little maturity from Jules' fight against you. He was nonstop aggression against you, and a little reckless, and I think burned himself out, especially late in the round. It looks like we do have a headbutt, accidental, but a little bit of time to recover for Dogu. Dogu looks fine. He's going to continue the fight.
It can be frustrating at times.
Yes, for sure. A little bit more temperament. Dogu doing his hands down style and paying for it this time. A clean jab lands by Jules, but Dogu uses that to shift the momentum, push his opponent into the corner. I think I saw 2 clean shots land in that series of about 8 or 9 punches.
It's definitely about energy. It's about, you know, shifts in energy. Are you going to go for it? Are you going to calm down? And they're having a bit of an energy fight. Like, you know, you're going your turn, my turn. Another
one of Dogu's specialties is switch fighting. He just came from southpaw stance. Now he's back in regular, and love his lateral movement. Just like there, the quick pivot off to the side makes your opponent feel like you just disappeared, and then a hook will show up in your sternum or show up on your chin. And Dogu's done that twice now. A quick little sidestep, a pivot, and a clean lead hook landing.
I think he's feeling a little bit of frustration too, because as much as he's doing, there's a bit of clinching going on, there's a bit of time losing anyway, and at the end of the day, it probably is the chessboard, and not even the chessboard, but the time that is going to be decisive in this game, in this match.
Yeah, I would like to see a little bit more aggression from Dogu to try to damage Jules before this next chess round. I think he needs time to come off the chess clock, and I think he needs damage in this round if he's going to try to finish it next round.
He needs a sense of urgency.
Mm-hmm. Which is really just not his style. You know, he is more of a matador style, you know, counter punch, frustrate the opponent, exhaust them, then finish them. He is not a one-punch power knockout kind of artist.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not liking this. He's not enjoying Jules' style.
10 seconds left in the round. This flew by. I don't think enough damage was done by Dogu in this round. I actually think the boxing was pretty even with a slight... I'd say that the round would have gone to Dogu, but not by a lot.
The problem is, I think he's eaten up so much time that might well be the last round of boxing in this format.
Yeah, time will tell. It is only a 3-minute round. Dogu has about 2 minutes on the clock. So if he can help eat up, about 45 seconds on Jules' clock, he's cleared for another boxing round.
If Jules has learned anything, taken a page out of my book, I know that he's going to be playing every single move in a split second, and he's very capable of doing it.
So some big breaths coming from Dogu. Maybe taking a little extra time to rest and recover here. It might be a little strategy. He's asking for his hoodie to be able to stay warm.
He's taking a page out of Jules' book.
Yeah, that's right, from your last fight. So opting to stay standing. He is seated. He is headphones on. The timer has begun. And we see actually less than 2 minutes on Dogu's clock. So he needs to be moving very quick. 3-minute chess round.
Oh, well, I'm I'm pretty sure that Jules is just going to play any move that he sees fit just to press the clock. That's what I would do.
Absolutely. Time is a valuable resource in chess boxing. A lot of matches end up coming down, maybe not to the time running out, but certainly time pressure playing a factor. So we see a lot of pieces coming off the board very, very fast. We see very fast moves from Jules. He does not want to go into another boxing round. Why would he? Yeah, exactly. We have a check. We have a high outpost that's going to be very hard to break up.
There's a rook and a piece down there, too. I mean,
that's right. Mm-hmm. Clear advantage for black here, both on time and position.
I think Jules should be a slightly bit tidier with the way he has got enough time already to win on time. He should be, at least placing the pieces correctly on the square before pressing the clock. He doesn't have to rush that much.
Yeah, the intention is right. The execution might need a little help. And one thing we should talk about that a lot of people don't think about is after you spend 3 minutes banging your fists into your opponent, it is hard to pick up pieces and move them and hit the clock.
I am so happy to see the chessboard after the boxing that I have no problem doing that.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of tremble in the hands. If you don't practice the tactile feedback of moving from boxing to chess, it's very difficult. A lot of fighters, myself included, had to train digitally because we didn't have access to other chess boxers aside the ring to practice over the board chess. And it shows when you show up to the tournament and you haven't played over the board. There's just a little bit of slowness and warming up to being able to grab the pieces and move them. That might sound elementary to viewers or first timers, but is actually a difficult and something a difficult part and something to master when you're chess boxing.
That's very close to mate. It's very close to mate.
Yep, he has b3, and there we have it. Checkmate. We will not see 2 boxing rounds between these 2 great fighters, and a very decisive win for Jules. He held his own in the boxing. I would have scored that a very close boxing round, maybe a slight edge to Dogu, but absolute domination in the chess.
Well, he knows that he's going to be up against Daniel in the final, and Daniel has got a free pass because his fighter couldn't, who qualified, needed to go to hospital, so could not attend to the fight.
That's right. Pierre, who we watched last night, go up against Leo from Germany, sustained enough damage to have a hospital visit last night and made the decision to withdraw from the tournament. Meaning Danielle, who is ringside watching his future play out. Danielle sees Jules' hands raised, and France advances to what is now the finals, correct?
Indeed, yeah. Against Daniel Solovyev from Russia, so who won this section under 80s last year.
Which also solidifies Dogukan as a bronze medalist, as a third-place fighter in this 75-kilogram weight category.
Well,